So upcoming Friday nights, me and the degenerate boys that we are, we're coming back with the betting show.
You look at the way he bounces off tacklers, the way that he keeps his eyes downfield, his vision, his ability to find holes, his pass catching ability, right? Because he had.
In my lifetime, I'd put him at probably around the 2 area, with again the only other person up there being King Ricky.
Anthony Richardson or Caleb Williams at the 111.
Yeah. To answer that last question, neither. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Just thinking that in my head, I was like, "There's."
Actually, I can't say that. I can't say that. Took Caleb Williams at 107 in my most recent startup. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of BSing Sports, where we do a little BS. We talk a whole lot of sports. Kind of a tradition on the show, right? When we talk about tight ends, we have to have Joey Silva on. And when we started this 2 years ago, I think, the Raiders, I think Darren Waller was still on the Raiders when we started this. And he squeaked into the top 12. And now Joey, as a Raiders fan, gets to hold the crown as my team has the number 1 Dynasty tight end. I'm assuming we're all going to agree with that here. Nice.
Had to bring it out.
And with me, also as always, is Mr. Jacob Krogan. How you doing, bub?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. I'm just ready to get this show on the road. We have a topics.
All right. So as we start out with most shows, defining the tiers, I have an S, A, B, and C. Originally, when I made these rankings like a month and a half ago, I only had an S, A, and B. But I've remade the rankings, and I got to tell you, I really, really hate the C tier. Like, if I'm drafting a player that I have in my C tier, I hate my tight end position.
I think outside of like 7 tight ends, you hate your tight end position if you don't have those 7 guys.
There's an extra. That's the perfect number. There's an extra 2 guys I have that if I'm rebuilding, I don't mind having.
Yes.
But there's actually a lot of those, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my C tier
is on my 12.
My C tier is 7 names long, so you could probably I have 3 guys in my C tier in the top 12, but you could flip any one of those names in there, and I would be like, yeah, that's fine. It's kind of hard to do just like a blanket rankings where it's like, if this person, favors a rebuild, this person favors contending. But Joey, so how many people do you have, or how many players do you have in each tier that you have?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I have 2 in the S tier, 3 in the A tier, 4 in the B tier, and 3 in the C.
Okay. Jake, how about you?
I went 2 in the S tier, 2 in the A tier, 3 in the B tier, and 5 in the C tier.
Holy shit. Okay. I went 2 in the S tier. I think the S tier is going to be a really short conversation.
Yeah.
I went 5 in the A tier, 2 in the B, and 3 in the C. So at least we have some variance here. Let's get that.
I could totally see, because I think I know where this is. I could totally see your rankings here in my head.
Oh, wait. What'd you say? My bad.
Sorry.
I could totally see your rankings here.
Okay.
How you broke it up, like I've had those thoughts,
yeah,
those like exact numbers, and I could see it on my paper right now.
So you were almost a tight end genius, and then no, I'm just kidding.
No, okay.
I really, really hated these rankings. Like, just absolutely downright hated doing this. I'm actually in the middle of a startup right now, and I'm sitting here thinking I need to go tight end to make sure that I can secure a happy-go-lucky tight end instead of waiting and ending up with some guy that I really don't want.
Man, I'm looking at my list and I'm just like, there's 2 people,
Bro,
4 people that I have in honorable mentions. That's how bad this tight end position is.
Yeah, once one goes off the board, people are going to piggyback off of it. So you're pretty much fucked.
So the scoring in the startup that I'm in right now is kind of strange, but Brock Bowers went 109. It's a half-point PPR, but tight ends get an extra 1.5, so it's 2 points per reception for tight ends.
No, and that's where he should go because he's going to be scoring 20 points a game.
Yeah. Brock Bowers went 109, and it's a 14-team league. So on the comeback, Trey McBride, I think, went 2-2.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And then tight ends didn't go for a while.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's who you guys have in your S tier is McBride and Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start with
Bowers
the Raiders
first.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the Raiders fan first, though. How far is that gap between McBride and Bowers, in your opinion?
My opinion, I don't think it's far at all. Trey McBride finished second, right? And he had 2 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. So he didn't really have that many TDs all season. So I feel like once he gets in the groove and starts scoring, I think he'd be right on that Brock Bowers level. But I don't think it's that far, to be honest.
Jake, you offered a trade, right, to try and secure a Brock Bowers share, man, because you didn't have any. You sent Trey McBride and a 2025 first, and somebody denied that.
Yep.
I'd have took that in a heartbeat.
No, and he was just like, I can't give it up, man. And I understand because my biggest mistake in fantasy football last year was not taking Brock Bowers at all. And if you go back and listen last year, I hated on the Raiders. Hated like I always do. But
hey, wasn't it? I traded forward to grab Brock 2 spots up, and you were one of the in between. Were you gonna get Brock in that draft?
Probably not.
It was in the auto draft.
Yeah, it's an auto. Yeah, that's the league I have pulled up to make sure I can reference my numbers right. I see Joey Silva.
Yeah, I moved up 2 spots to grab it.
I'm pretty sure I had Kyle Pitts and was riding the Kirk Cousins hype train at that time.
Ooh.
Dude, so many people drank that Kool-Aid.
I'm still drinking that Kool-Aid. I will die with Kyle Pitts on my team.
That's how I feel. I got a couple stocks.
You have to. Like, whatever you paid for him at this point, you're never going to get that back. So
I'm praying the start of the season, he goes off for like 20 points in 4 straight games, and then I'm just going to punt him for everything I can.
Or Drake London ends up with 100 targets by week 5.
Something like that. It's going to be an interesting year, that's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so you say it's not that far, Joey. Jake, I'm assuming you think it's not that far?
I don't think it's that far, but you brought up that trade. I think we are in a world of our own here, if you will. People think Bowers is the second coming of Jesus Christ.
It's because he is, man. What do you mean?
Dude, when he
what quarterbacks did we have too?
When he mossed that one guy for that long-ass touchdown, what was that, like week 13, 12, something like that, dude, toward the end of the season? I was like, oh, my God, he's for real, dude. It's like, this guy's amazing.
Dude, he's sick.
Yeah, he has it all, and that will be my biggest downfall in life was fading Brock Bowers in the 2024 NFL draft.
Just because he was a Raider, wow.
The 2024 rookie draft is shaping up to be probably one of the best ever.
I agree.
It's a beautiful draft, that's for sure.
But yeah, I don't honestly, in my opinion, like at current like market cost, the way people view Brock Bowers versus Trey McBride, I would take Trey McBride so fast. I have 1 share of Brock Bowers, so I'm not like actively trying to move him. But if I had any more than 1 share, I would be actively trying to tear down to Trey McBride.
Dude, I remember now. I traded away McBride to you.
You gave him to me, yeah. Well, that's because you had Bowers.
Crazy. Who did I get for that?
You don't want to know, man. Actually,
I don't.
No, so it wasn't like that bad because I got Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison, and Marvin Harrison really hasn't done like a whole lot yet. But you got Chase and Travis Etienne, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate that one bit. You got Chase.
I just got Chase, yeah.
But
also at Brock.
Just for reference purpose, we're talking about Jamar Chase, not Chase Brown. Okay.
Yeah, I would hope that. Yeah, people would understand we're talking about Jamar Chase. Chase Brown.
Like to our 10 listeners, I just wanted to make sure that they knew.
Hey man, we get regularly more than 10 listeners.
We do. We have a loyal fan base.
But yeah, no. So that like I don't think that's a bad trade. Because truthfully, I'm just not sure that with the current scheme, the Cardinals are going to utilize Marvin Harrison to the point where he hits his full ceiling. But that's a different conversation for a different day. So S tier, we're all in agreement. McBride, Bowers, and we're all closer than consensus. I think this A tier here is where it's going to start to get a little funky. Jake, why don't you go ahead and go first? Who do you have in your A tier?
TJ Hawkinson, Sam Laporta.
Okay, I have those two in my A tier as well.
And there's one that I wanted to, but
I know who it is. I'm going to say the name. I know who it is. Joey, who do you have in your A tier? You're on mute.
It's because my kid was crying. Sorry. I got Mark Andrews, George Kittle, and Travis Kelce.
Oh, riding high on Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's only up in the air for the retirement thing, and I don't think he retires.
I don't think he retires either.
Yeah, okay, he can not retire all he wants, but when I do these, I'm thinking 3 years down the road. I'm thinking, do I get these guys for the next 3 years, and what's their output? And I want it to be top tier.
True.
So with my rankings, I'll kind of jump ahead a little bit. Like Travis Kelce will retire into my top 12. Like he will, as long as he's actively playing and producing top 5 tight end numbers and tight end premium scoring, he's going to be in my top 12 because of how like shoddy the production is year to year from this position. Right. He's one of the very few guarantees. So I do have him in my C tier because he's old as dog shit, but he's just always going to be in my top 12.
Like I said, my C tier is just everybody can be mixed and matched. Like it doesn't matter. Like I said, I have 4 honorable mentions. Like so
I actually combine minus Kelce. My A tier is both of your A tiers combined. So I have Laporta, Hawkinson, Kittle, and Andrews, but I also have Njoku.
Interesting. You don't have the guy I have in my
three straight years for David Njoku of top 8 scoring in tight end premium on a per game basis. Okay. I think that dude's plus the Cleveland Browns, like, yeah, Jerry Jeudy kind of splashed a little bit there at the end. They don't really have any real wide receivers. So
Cedric Tillman, man. Put some respect on him.
Yeah. All right. Cedric Tillman.
David Bell.
All right.
They cut David Bell. I don't even think he's a Brown anymore.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got cut, dude.
Hey, that guy balled out at Purdue.
True. But yeah, so the A tier, we pretty much have the same names.
Why do you guys have TJ Hawkinson as your A tier?
Because he's young. He's 26, going to be 27, and he's produced on both teams he's played on. He just was injured. But he put up what, 110 points in like 8 games last year?
I have him in there because one, he's 27, right, which is still fairly young for a tight end. Mm-hmm. But also, if you discard the fact that last year he was coming off an ACL injury, the years before that, tight end 4, tight end 2, tight end 15, but again, he was hurt. Tight end 5 and tight end 32, but again, he was hurt. Like, if this dude could stay healthy, he's in a fantastic offense, has a fantastic coach. They'll get him the football. He balls when he plays. He just doesn't play all the time.
Yeah, he played 10 games. 10 games coming off that ACL. Averaged
10.7 in tight end premium.
Yeah, 10 points. I was about to say that math doesn't add up, but I forget that it goes to standard scoring when you look up the stats.
Yeah.
He pretty much averaged 10 points a game after coming off of an injury. And there's games in there where he scored 20 points.
Also, and he had Trey McBride syndrome. He didn't score a touchdown in those 10 games either.
Mm-hmm. So that's why we have him.
Man, that's true as shit. Yeah.
He's young. He's good.
I like Hawkinson.
And look what Loveland did with J.J. McCarthy at Michigan. And J.J. McCarthy is going to be the starter this year. He loves to use his tight end.
Now, in J.J. McCarthy's defense, he didn't have a Justin Jefferson on his Michigan team. He didn't even have a Jordan Addison on his Michigan team.
No, he did. His name was Roman Wilson. Very Jordan Addison-esque.
Yeah, one of these guys got drafted in the back end of the first round. The other drafted in the third round and played special team snaps all year. They're very much alike.
Was it third round or second round?
Third.
I thought Roman was the one.
And he didn't play any offensive snaps all year.
Well, to be fair, he was hurt a lot. Like a ton of the season.
I think he was only actually hurt like 6 games, which I mean is a lot, but it's not like most of the season.
Fair enough.
I think he just didn't play. Nonetheless, I'm totally out on Roman Wilson. Meanwhile, Jordan Addison's been top 24 receiver back years.
Oh, yeah. No, hey.
All right. So my A tier is a little bit bigger than you guys. I'll let you guys have at the B tier. I'll start with this one. So my B tier is my only rebuild tier. It's Kincaid and Pitts. But if I'm contending, I don't want anything to do with either of them.
Yeah.
Hey, for the record, Roman Wilson played in 1 game last year.
Yeah, and he got
No
special
way.
team snap, but he was a healthy scratch for 9 games.
I'm gonna have to do some more look into that, but Joey, who you got in your B tier?
To start off, I got Sam Laporta as my B tier. He was one that was kind of wishy-washy for me. Only reason because the second half of the season was he just balled out, right? He had 35 receptions, and he averaged 7.2 targets from week 12 on. So, I mean, that guy, if he starts off in that same pace, I mean, he's a top 5 tight end to me. But, I mean, like I said, the second half is what played a part in, like, putting him in the B tier. So I have Sam Laporta, Jonnu Smith. By the way, he broke 2 records last year. I didn't even know that. I did some research yesterday. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. For the Miami franchise. Sorry, I got a cough.
What were the records?
And I haven't. Oh, he had 76 receptions and 802 yards. So that was a franchise records for the Dolphins. It's pretty crazy. Those are pretty low numbers in my opinion for franchise records, but.
Guy gets Brock Bowers 1 year is like, yeah, those are scrub numbers.
Dude, I'm sorry. Who else? What was it again? Oh, it says Jonnu Smith, and then number 8 is Njoku, and then I had TJ Hawkinson as my 9. So that finished up the B tier.
Okay. Yeah, my B tier is Jonnu Smith, Mark Andrews, George Kittle. Which you could make a exception for them to be in an A tier. Like, I could totally see it. Like I said, I could see your rankings, Ryan, and see where you move people around. Except I thought you had Jonnu Smith a lot higher.
I'm highly confused as to why you don't have David Njoku higher.
I have him at the top of my C tier.
You should have him in the B tier.
He should be. Yeah, you're right.
Tier guy.
Like, I'm probably a little higher than most on Njoku, and I'll admit that. But, I mean, 3 straight seasons of at least top 10 tight end premium scoring with
I'm here for it.
With the ghost of Deshaun Watson, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Jameis can't not throw picks Winston as his quarterbacks.
He's in my top 8. That's all that matters.
No Dalton Kincaid. I'm glad that we're all lower on consensus than Dalton Kincaid. Somebody tried to send me a trade for Dalton Kincaid, and they treated him like a top 5 tight end. So I was like, I know this person uses keep trade cut. So I went to the website. It's like tight end 6.
What the fuck?
I was like, what? I was like, you watching? They spread the ball out way too much in that offense for me to be that high on Kincaid.
Dude, I was low on him last year too. I think I ranked him number 7, and you guys had him in your top 5.
Yeah.
I didn't like him though. I was just biased on him.
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid's one of those ones that if I can get what his market value is for him, he's gone. I'll ship him so fast.
I think I have him on my team just because for regular backup.
Yeah, if he's your tight end too, I think that's fine. But if he's your regular starter and you value him as a top 6 tight end, I think that's a massive problem.
I need to find the people that think that, but I also have 0 Kincaid shares. So
Tim Hawkins. Excuse me. Sorry. Not to name drop.
Oh man, I wish I had a Kincaid share now.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd take a late second for Kincaid.
Oh, I would take a late second. I mean, but
I think I'll take a late second too.
Yeah, I would take a late second for Kincaid. Like I'd take the Kincaid side if you offered me a late second. But yeah, like early second is where I would even in 2025, like early second, generally consensus like weaker rank, weaker draft class. It's like I'd probably think about an early second. Jake, would you take Colston Loveland over Dalton Kincaid, not knowing Loveland's landing spot?
Yes. And I don't like Loveland.
No, you don't. That's why I asked you that question. All right. C tier. Joey, go ahead. Who's in your C tier?
I got Pat Fryermuth, Tucker Kraft, and I do have Kincaid as my 12.
Yeah,
just
Tucker.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft was hard for me.
He didn't make the cut, coach.
Dude, he had 7 touchdowns though, man. I think for a decent tight end, top 12, C tier, I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, they had a lot of weapons as well too. They had Wicks. Fuck, dude, I'm sorry.
They had no weapons. They had
they had weapons.
Bunch of us receivers out there dropping balls is what they had.
Dude, I mean, according to Josh Jacobs, they need a real number 1.
They do.
How would you feel like if you were his teammate?
Damn, he said that.
He said that like when he was being interviewed. He said we need a true number 1 wide receiver. Like, how would that make you feel as his teammate, dude? I'd be fucking pissed.
Well, Josh Jacobs carried that team last year. And when you had 3 receivers with, I think it was top 8 drop rate.
I think the Packers led the league in drops.
Oh, yeah. Like, I
mean,
a lot of crap on Love, but, man, his receivers did not help him.
Like, I think the word weapon is kind of overused in football. I think Jaden Reed's probably, like, the only wide receiver you could really consider, like, a weapon, and that's because of how they use him. Like, I'm not big on Dobbs.
What about Watson?
Like, Watson, Watson has like the best ceiling of them all for all 3 games that he's going to play every year of his career. Especially now that he's got that ACL problem. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on Christian Watson.
Sounds good.
But actually, I'm glad you brought that up because Tucker Kraft, depending on what happens this year, could very well be in my top 12. It seemed like once Christian Watson went out is when Tucker Kraft really started to get those touchdowns.
Do you remember on the top of your head when he went out?
I can look it up. Let's take a gander.
Wasn't it like early in the year, like pretty much before the half season?
No, so he officially went out. Actually, wow, I didn't realize he went out this late. Christian Watson technically got his ACL tear week 18.
Yeah, it was late.
I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah.
That's how relevant he was before that. Dude, some of these are trash, bro. Like 1.5, 7.9, 8.7, 0.4, 8.7, 8.6. Damn, dude, Watson was terrible last year.
Hey, fact, he went back-to-back week 4 and 5, tight end 1.
Yeah, he did.
I get it, but also Musgrave was out for a lot of the season too.
Musgrave's ass, bro. He's cooked.
I'm not saying he was good. I'm just saying.
Tucker Kraft, 24 years old too.
But yeah, my C tier.
His sophomore year, I think he was pretty decent.
Yeah, I like Kraft. I mean, you said Musgrave was out most of the year. He played 7 games and got 10 targets, bro. Like that dude's a non-factor.
I mean, you go the year prior to that, he
played 11 games and had 46 targets. He's still a non-factor.
It was better than Kraft. Just saying.
One of those
stats-
is going
stats don't show
upward, the
that.
other is going downward. I'll take the guy going upward.
No, exactly. I'm not hating on Kraft. I'm just saying.
Is
my C tier-
Musgrave your guy this year?
Oh, God, no. You know
Kraft
who
had
my
a
guy
better
is.
rookie season than Musgrave.
My
I mean,
guy is
it's
the
clear
same
as
guy
fucking day.
every year. And this is the year.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams. No, they're moving him to tight end. No, so my C tier is David Njoku, which can easily be put in the B tier. Kate Otten, Jake Ferguson, Cole Kmet, Kyle Pitts.
I like Kate Otten because I had him. I was gonna move him around, but I don't know. I like Tucker Kraft
This
more than
romance
Kate Otten.
with Cole Kmet needs to die.
Not anymore. Not with Ben Johnson there.
This bromance with Cole Kmet, dude. I like Cole Kmet because he's a Notre Dame, alum. But like, dude, top 12 again.
Cole Kmet is in.
All you do is shit all over Caleb Williams, and you like Cole Kmet.
I like Cole Kmet and Ben Johnson's offense as the Sam Laporta. Yes.
We'll see, but yeah,
We
Cole
will.
Kmet ain't cracking my top 12. I think that's wild.
Hey, man, that's fine.
I had a feeling he was going to say Cole Kmet. I think this is the third year in a row where he had him as his top 12.
The first year he was right. He proved us right. That's wrong.
He did.
The second,
He did.
This past year, nah, bro. Tight end 19, played every game, dude. That wasn't it, Chief.
Dude, he had like 2 games with like 20 points, and then Caleb Williams just never threw him the ball.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the coach was dumb. The offensive coordinator was dumb. Everything was dumb.
The talent is there. Like, Cole Kmet's talent is there to be a tight end 1 consistently. I'm hoping Ben Johnson unlocks that.
That would be nice to see, but until that happens, I'm not putting him in my top 12. See, this whole tier, this is where I started to hate myself because I was like, fuck, man. So I have Goddard, Kelsey, and Ingram to round out my top 12, but I have like 5 other names in my C tier that like Kate Otten or Tucker Kraft, where I'm like, yeah, if you want to put those guys ahead of them, that's fine. Jonnu Smith is in there somewhere. I'm not sold on Jonnu Smith. I think a lot of that was Waddle and Hill just had really like terrible seasons.
Okay. I think Jonnu Smith is, you can probably trade Jonnu Smith in like a late second and get Trey McBride right now.
Yeah, I'm a Trey McBride owner. Go ahead and offer me that trade. We'll see how far you get.
Well, you just said how much you hate
decline.
that man.
No,
You just said how much you hate that man.
Instant screenshot. I'm not turning the thing to hide people's names off. That shit's going on Twitter. I'm be like, what the fuck is this garbage?
Yeah, age is a huge factor as well. I mean, John Smith is going to be 30, so
30 for tight end is nothing.
But he had one good season in the last
it's not
like
that
4
he's
years.
old for me. It's that outside of this year, it's tight end 17, tight end 47, tight end 36, tight end 16, tight end 20, tight end 30. Like, I'm just not sold.
I think it's really funny. Generally, I'm the guy that's like, he was a 1-year wonder. I want to see it again. And you're like high on people.
Me? No, I'm not. I always say, like, outside of Jaden Daniels, I've always been a prove it kind of guy. But Jaden Daniels is the fucking truth.
Damn right he is. Go Tigers.
But yeah, I had to slide Goddard in there because he's like Walmart TJ Hawkinson. When he plays, he's actually pretty good, but he just doesn't play a whole lot. Also, he might not be an Eagle this upcoming season. So,
yeah, what's the odds that
He froze.
say Loveland
somewhere else, it's kind of like,
hello?
What's up?
You like lagged out there, or was that me?
Yeah, you froze.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what are the odds that Loveland slips to the Eagles and they draft him in the first round?
The whole league would be like, Jesus Christ, we hate the Eagles. just like they did when we drafted Jalen Carter and Cooper DeJean.
Bro, oh my God, that's so sick. The Raiders should have picked
I
him
remember
up.
us talking about the NFL draft and how we were talking about how you got the 2 best cornerbacks in the league, or like in that draft.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Cooper DeJean. I love that guy. Yeah. He's gonna be my
nasty.
He's gonna be my next jersey, dude. I got the Jalen Carter one for the Super Bowl, and then I'm gonna get Cooper DeJean probably next year.
I'm not gonna shout out who you won that off of.
Well, I didn't win the jersey off of him, which was kind of strange because he made a really bad bet and made it even worse for himself.
Yeah.
But I won't publicly shame him. I'll just privately shame him.
Fair enough. I had to mute that group chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I muted that group chat back in October.
Yeah, after me and Joey win our bouts.
Dude, that was funny as fuck though. Dude,
Wait,
when y'all were arguing, I kept thinking back to them dudes that we were with at the expo last year, and they were like, y'all had them fucking cracking up, those 2 Eagles fans that we kept running into. Because every time we ran into them, y'all were arguing about the Raiders and the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hey, me and Joey make some high quality comedy, okay?
Dude, since we have Joey on, what are the Raiders doing for the draft, man? Like, who do you want them to do?
I want them to go QB. So I want them to move up to grab a QB, but I don't know what Pete Carroll's what goes on in his head, man. I don't really analyze what he does. So, I mean, we go through fucking coaches every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really like a QB though. I mean, I'm tired of
Wilson time.
Huh? Russell
Wilson time.
Please.
Man, I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but I mean, we need someone young, huh?
I said, please take
Dude,
Russell.
Russ didn't even really play that bad for real last year.
He didn't play that bad for Denver his last year.
But like
look at his stats.
Arthur Smith is just fucking trash, dude.
All right. Look, I'm going to give the Raiders some very sound advice, and I don't do this very often.
What's that?
You sit where you're at, and you take Jackson Dart. And you just say thank you.
Dude, this guy, they hit on a quarterback in the draft for the first time since John Elway, and now he's out here trying to get
You act like I'm drafting quarterbacks over here.
You probably could have did a better job than the Broncos organization for the last 30 years.
I cried when they took Paxton Lynch. I watched that bum play in person, and I was like, how is this dude a first-round talent? Like, when he went to his bowl game, it played it in Birmingham, and I went. And I watched this dude in warm-ups throwing 10-yard out routes into the dirt at the receiver's feet. And I was like, there's no way this dude's a first-round talent like everybody's talking him up.
Oh, man.
I mean, we always get Will Howard, too.
I was just like
go ahead.
I don't know. That bottle of bleach looked really good at the time.
Dude, I mean, I could see Jackson Dart being drafted in the second round. I don't know. I'm curious to see what like NFL teams think about Jackson Dart.
Dude, he's the best quarterback prospect out of this draft class.
I think he would benefit sitting a year.
Damn, probably. But
put him behind Aiden O'Connell and teach him what not to do.
Any of these quarterbacks starting next year are going to struggle big time, like Bryce Young. Bryce Young struggles.
Yes.
Like, they need somewhere to sit, but teams don't want to do that anymore.
Dude, I don't think the Titans take a quarterback at 1 either. I think they either trade out of the pick or they take Abdul Carter.
I was just about to say that. I said they're going to probably get Carter too.
He's definitely the best player in the draft. Like, I don't give a shit how bad you need a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where do you think Travis Hunter's landing?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a weird situation because he, stated before the combine he's going to go to the combine as a DB. So, which I think is probably not financially the right move, but I think he is a better DB than receiver, and B, there are less good DBs than there are good receivers. So
True, and also I'm pretty sure at the combine he's still going to run receiver routes and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah, so he's going as a corner, but he's going to try and show that he is a receiver. And to me, I think he is a receiver.
Yeah,
I think he had 3 drops in the last 2 years at Colorado.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. He should go to the Packers. They need a real number 1 wide receiver.
Dude, him at the Packers would be interesting.
He ain't gonna go that far. They're gonna have to move up to grab him.
Yeah, he won't fall to the
Packers. He's going top 10.
Yeah, I saw a couple mocks where they're saying that Raiders are gonna pick him up.
I was about to say, what if the Raiders take Travis Hunter?
Where are you guys picking at?
Where are we fucking was it 6 or 8? Is it 8?
Pretty sure it's 8.
You sure? I thought it was 6.
I will look it up real quick for you.
You're probably right.
Jake, you know who I would like the Eagles to get maybe in the 2nd round? Harold Fannin Jr., dude. That shit would be tough, man.
That's who I want Denver to draft. If they do not get
Loveland?
No.
Tyler Warren's not falling to Denver, bro.
Yeah, no, I know he's not, but like if I see that Denver trades up and Tyler Warren's on the board, I'm screaming at my TV.
With the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select some fucking defensive tackle that'll suck and be out of the league in 3 years with Tyler Warren on the board.
Bro, that's us.
And then I need to go
that
buy
is the storyline for the Raiders every year. It's so sick, dude. I was so happy that we're like, okay, Jalen Carter. No, we got Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, y'all got the 8.
Is it the 8?
Yeah. And
damn, you guys were like in the number 1 overall pick contention like week 15. What the hell happened?
Yeah, it's AP's fault, dumb motherfucker.
Hey, man.
He wanted to compete for the most dumbest game. I think it was against the Jags. We went against the Jags, bro.
2 games.
2 games back to back. Like,
yeah, y'all messed around and won 2 games. He said NFL tanking's not a real thing. Watch me.
He's a fuck. Dude, I feel like that was just petty, you know? Like he already knew his way was out. So he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna start
They
winning
probably
games.
told him like, hey man, we're gonna let you ride out the season. And he's like, all right, bet.
Yeah. Let's win these last games so we fucking get a horrible pick. It's so stupid, dude. I was so mad.
Well.
All right. Hey, Joey, what do you think about this team? So I'm in the middle of a startup, right? So it's 14 teams, so it's deeper, and it's start 11. So there's 3 wide receivers and 3 flexes. And there's kind of some like strange scoring. But so I have Caleb Williams, and then I went Drake London, Jared Goff, DJ Moore, and Brandon Ayuk.
I don't like it, man.
Dude, this draft is strange, man.
Why'd you go Ayuk there? I don't like Ayuk. I mean, I'm just a hater. I hate Ayuk.
Debo's on his way out, bro.
I know Debo. I just saw something that Debo was, or it was last night. They're literally actively about to trade him. So, yeah. But I mean, I just don't like Ayuk. I just hate who he is as a person. So I hope for his downfall. I'm a Niner hater, dude. So fuck him.
Oh yeah, I forgot you hate the Niners real bad.
Yeah. No, it's not too bad though. It's not too bad. That's a dynasty league.
Is that what I sound like when I talk about Raiders players?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, actually,
you're a little bit worse though.
Oh yeah, I know. I put a little bit of flair on it.
No, it's not too bad. You got Caleb. You said Jared Goff. It's a super flex.
Yeah, dude, Jared Goff, I took him at 308, and he was the 16th quarterback off the board. Like, everybody after that was, like, unreliable and shoddy. I was like, dude, I'm not, like, going to roll it's $100 buy-in, and the winner gets $1,000. So I'm like, I'm not taking any chances with, like, Anthony Richardson or none of that shit, dude. I was like, I need a quarterback that's going to go out and give me some fucking numbers.
Consistent, yeah.
Also, there's 2 teams that did like after I drafted Goff to that point, they haven't drafted a quarterback. So like they're totally screwed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's not too bad. So you have Drake London, Ayuk. Who else was it?
DJ Moore.
Yeah. You got a little duo from Caleb and DJ Moore.
But yeah, I'll have to send you a picture of the draft board, dude. This shit went sideways like kind of quick.
Dude, 14-man leagues are just not my thing, man. Not my cup of tea. I can't do it.
I wanted to join it.
So it goes slim pickings like after like the 5th round.
Dude, and it's start 11. Like it's not even start 10, dude. It's start 11. So we need
to be putting Roman Wilson in that flex spot, dog.
Yeah, just for him to be a healthy scratch for 10 games.
It's a joke, dog. Take the joke.
Hey, so are you going next? Are you on the clock or?
No, dude. It's a slow draft that we started like Tuesday, I think. So it's basically I'm getting like 1 pick per day. But we got like a dude from Finland and a dude from California in the draft. So like when they're on the clock, like it's the timing's real iffy.
Yeah, you're pretty.
But there have been some fire fucking trades, dude.
Already?
Just in startup. I don't like really trading in startup because I don't know. Like I feel like if you're patient, like dudes will slip and like you can get some pretty good value. But that's just
Tim Brandt loves trading his picks in startups.
No, dude, we're in the 5th round of the startup. He has no future picks. They're all gone.
What?
None. All his 2026, 2027 picks gone.
Did he have to pay up the $100?
Oh yeah, both years.
So $200 like that,
dude. $300. The buy-in for this year plus the 2 years he traded picks for. But his team's actually kind of nasty. So he has Jalen Hurts, Chase Brown, Puka, Nico, Devontae Smith, and Sam Laporta.
That's nasty, bro.
Yeah, his team's kind of nasty.
Right now, that's a grade A+ for right now.
But like I know
is a big question mark.
He traded Breece Hall. He had Breece Hall, and I think he traded him for like the pick that was Devontae Smith and like 2 other picks later in the draft. I was like, bro, you're gonna need some depth because he didn't have a pick for like 4 rounds. I was like, bro, you're gonna get totally screwed in start 11. Like you're just gonna end up starting guys like fucking every Broncos player ever, and you're not gonna win any games.
Yeah, that strat where you're losing like those depth players, I don't think it's worth it.
It's not, especially if they get any of your starters get injured, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. I don't like that strat at all.
I mean, I use the future third to move up like 2 picks in the 5th and like 4 picks in the 6th. I threw the guy future third on top of it, but like that's about like the most I'll do. You know, I'm not going to go surrendering like future firsts and trading completely out of rounds and shit like that. I don't know. That's too risky to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one dude. The only 3 players he has so far, Jaden Daniels, Rome Odunze, and CJ Stroud. That's his whole team so far. Oh, and he drafted – oh, wait, my bad. And he drafted Michael Penix. So 3 of his 4 selections have been quarterbacks.
I like it.
Who are you playing with? Let me get in that league.
Right.
Let's see. Hold up. There's another guy.
I got invited into that league, but like I didn't even look into it. I just saw the 14 team and then half-point PPR, and I was like, I freaking hate half-point. But
yeah, I hate half-point too.
That's different too. But the way that this is set up is it's half-point PPR, but you have an extra 0.25 for running backs, an extra 0.5 for wide receivers, and an extra 1.5 for tight ends. So it's basically PPR except for running backs. It's 0.75.
Yeah, so you want
it's interesting. Why would they do less on the running backs when I feel like they get less?
I think it's to balance the pass catching running backs against the non-pass catching running backs.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me read out some of these scoring settings too. So there's 0.1 points for passing first downs. There is 0.1 for rushing attempts. And let's see what else is like unusual. Yeah, so there's first down bonuses for running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. They're all half a point. And then first down bonuses for QBs at 0.1. So, like, QBs are, like, super buffed. it's another reason why I wanted to secure at least.
You froze, bro.
2 guys who are going to reasonably put up.
Yeah, you're freezing, bro.
You're freezing, bro.
That'll fix that. But yeah, this one dude's team is Brees Hall, CeeDee Lamb, Ladd McConkey, and hold up. And the 108. All right. Jake's got to go, so we're going to close out the show. Do you guys have any remarks about tight ends or anything at all?
Yes. I predict 2 tight ends in this rookie draft will be in the top 12.
Loveland and Warren, baby. I like it.
Warren and Fannin.
Hey, Brock Bowers setting new records on top. So, hey, Pete Carroll, we'll see how he does. I know he doesn't use his tight ends very often, but we'll see. I mean,
Can't not use Brock Bowers.
Yeah, he's generational.
All right,
You're
that'll
welcome.
do it here. That'll do it here at BSing Sports, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Have a good night.